Great morning to everybody. How's everybody doing? I will wait for some people to jump in here. I will wait for some people to jump in here in the feed. We have a lot to talk about. It's amazing what we have to talk about right now. And it's how the world is completely changing in terms of the vaccine. Wow, my God. My God, we are in the edge of being controlled by these elite monsters. God bless you guys. How's everybody doing? Good morning to everybody. I'm Oscar Blue for Border Network News and America's Voice News. Let's thank God for another day, for giving us 2 legs, 2 arms, a mind that we can think, a heart that we can feel, and eyes that we can see. God bless my country of Mexico, my city of Tijuana, and God bless the United States of America. How's everybody doing? Hope that you guys are doing great on this Friday, man. Thank God it's Friday. Like I always say, the paycheck and we are ready to pay our debt. God bless everybody. The FBI. What is going on with the FBI? There's a director by the name of Christopher Wray, the director of the FBI, the Federal Bureau of Investigations, and he just came out and said, in these elections that they're coming in, because of the statements that Donald Trump just made yesterday. Again, Donald Trump, the President of the United States of America, being emphatic of the mail-in ballot corruption. Donald Trump consistently, the President of the United States, consistently is saying mailed-in ballots, it's going to be the main corruption to steal, if they have a possibility to steal the election from my administration. Americans need to realize, this is what President Trump said, Americans need to realize that mailed-in ballots, it's the most corrupt, systematical strategy to steal the elections from his administration. He advises the American people to go out and vote and wear the protection attire for them to just exercise their constitutional right, as it is voting in person. Due to the fact that Donald J. Trump gave this explanation yesterday also the director of the FBI, Christopher Wray, he said, and he quoted, Russia, China, and Iran, like we have been saying. I remember that I told you guys a little bit of 4 months ago or 3 months ago, I told you guys that Russia, China, and Iran were interfering with technology and also sending fake identifications that they were busted in the International Airport of Chicago. Now, Christopher Wray, director of Federal Bureau of Investigations of the FBI, he said that, this is really important, he said this: Russia, China, and Iran are interfering, and they are going to interfere in these elections. Again, Christopher Wray is only playing the part of being a director of the Federal Bureau of Investigations. He is not pro-Republican, he's not pro-Democrat, he's not pro-Trump, he's not pro-Biden. He says, and the part of developing the expectations of Donald Trump re-electing himself, there is rumors that Russia is interfering with the elections. Again, the Russian collusion. But there's more reaffirming, and also there is more confirming information that China and Iran are completely involved with the elections in supporting the candidate Joe Biden. Wow. So now the Federal Bureau of Investigations, the FBI, it is confirming that China, that Russia is just an speculation that is involved. It's just a speculation that is involved with the administration of Trump. But Christopher Wray, the director of the FBI, is saying, now, that isn't a speculation, but an affirmation, something that is affirmative, is that China and Iran are completely involved in the elections of this 2020 in November. That is scary. That is completely scary. Why? You guys have seen how the Prime Minister of the leader Iman from the Shia Muslim and also from Iran had a reunion with the Prime Minister of Iraq, and both of them, they were threatening the United States of America on retaliation for the assassination of Qasem Soleimani. Also, Iran, that it has been feeding Hezbollah for the explosions and threats on Beirut, Lebanon. Also, Iran being completely involved on supplying gasoline through Russia to Venezuela. Also, Iran is the one that has been receiving artillery and also guns from Russia to feed Hezbollah and Hamas. Now, if you're hearing him, Christopher Wray, the director of the FBI, saying China and Iran are, it's an affirmative statement that they are involved in the elections of 2020 due to the fact that they are saying that these two countries are supporting Joe Biden. It is scary. Scary. This is why Donald Trump is encouraging, yesterday he was encouraging people to not believe on mail-in ballots, to go out there and vote on person, to exercise your constitutional right. It's amazing. This is amazing. Now, these communist countries, as we have been explaining, all these communist countries, they are problematic communist countries. They are for the New World Order. They are for completely, implementing the communist system around the world, and also they are under the wing of China and Russia. These are the two powerful countries that they weren't implement, communism. It is ridiculous, the assumption that they are saying that Donald Trump is involved with Russia when Russia is a communist country. How ridiculous and stupid is that? By being involved with Russia, that means that Russia, it is the one that is, been allying with Venezuela. Russia is the one that did not, listen to the OPEP, the world Organization of Petroleum, to loan their barrel and their gallon because they were distributing to Iran and Venezuela. They did not listen. And now Donald Trump has created a great relationship with the OPEP and also with United Arab Emirates, that they're leaders of the OPEP, and also with Israel and Bahrain. So it is illogical, this assumption that Russia is involved in the elections with Donald Trump. What is an affirmative assumption is that Iran and also China, they are involved with the mail-in ballot systematical strategy. That is, COVID, that it comes from the Communist Party of China. Amazing. So that is on international news regarding the Federal Bureau of Investigation Director Christopher Wray and his statements. How's everybody doing? Super chat is on the bottom for people that want to donate and contribute to my work. Thank you so much. William Barr, this man that I have defended so much through the elections, and he has done so much for the United States of America as one of the things that is fighting socialism and fighting Nicolas Maduro, and discovering that Nicolas Maduro is the one that is distributing and moving around metric tons of cocaine through the whole world, with the colliding with coalition with the organization La FARC, that is the biggest organization of cartel coming from Medellin, Colombia. William Barr made a statement yesterday that it was really controversial, but I will tell you something. We cannot, me as a Mexican citizen, I cannot make this statement, and I cannot claim the assumption because I was not born in the United States of America, so I don't feel, and I'm not African, and I'm not Black American. But he made this assumption in comparison to slavery. He said this: the pandemic, it is really remotely close to slavery in comparison to slavery. It is taking away our rights. It is anti-democratic, and it is abuse of the rights of the citizens. This is close to the times of slavery. This is close to the times of slavery. Now, he's comparing slavery, and due to the pandemic, because Democrats and liberals are going to really exercise their right of, of twisting around the words that all the conservative leaders they have now. Why is he saying this? Because in slavery, they were taking away their rights. They didn't have no rights. And also the torture due to, abuse of power and brutality. Now, William Barr is comparing this because now, if you get to see the world right now, what is happening? They are violating our lives. We are under the direction of evil organizations now. That is the World Health Organization, that is the United Nations, that is all these organizations that they want to implement a new systematical way of living that is due to a vaccine. You got artificial intelligence, you got the 5G, you got all these problematic strategies from the left, and they are keeping us home for them to create and for them to advance in their Machiavellical plan. This is modern slavery. Yes, it is. Absolutely, I agree with William Barr. This is absolutely modern slavery. This is a way for us to keep us home and to give them the control of the state to every governmental leader, and also to the country, the globalist leader that is leading whatever country is giving them. Thank you so much, Bernie Williams, for your $5 contribution. Super chat is on the bottom for people who want to donate and contribute to my work. This is giving them the power. Exactly. William Barr is right. William Barr is absolutely right. Not only they are controlling our lives, not only they're taking advantage of our decisions, but they are also taking decisions for the future of our children. They're not talking about the humongous trafficking of children. They're not talking about the globalist compacts. They're not talking about indoctrination. They're not talking about the enormous side effects of the vaccine that I will talk about now. All of a sudden, China, and I will get right into it. You guys are gonna be disgusted about this, but they're not talking about the enormous indoctrination of the New World Order. No, they're not. They're implementing slowly by slowly with this COVID, this COVID strategy that it has been the biggest. I don't like to say it smokescreen, but for me, it's the biggest smokescreen. Why? It is a reality. COVID exists, and it is a virus that it was made to depopulate the world. And it is working. But behind COVID, you have all these international agreements and globalist compacts coming together by the World Health Organization and by the United Nations. It is a way for them to get in and control the population of the world. It is a tool, and it is part of every piece of the puzzle that these New World Order elite, they're using. So if you talk to me and if you tell me about my rights right now as a human being of the home office now, the way I gotta stay home to work, the children, they're not, the trauma that they're gonna suffer due in the future because they are not exercising their right to go to school, to be free to go to the park, to go to the beach, to do all this stuff, due to the fact that this virus was created from China, Yes, it is modern slavery. Of course it is. So William Barr is getting hardly criticized right now because he compared COVID situation to slavery. Now, they're going to flip it around. And you guys know how the left works, and you guys know how Democrats work. So be aware of that. And another international news, Hans Kluge, the director of the World Health Organization in Europe. Remember what I told you? That there was going to be another peak of COVID in the month of September through November. Remember what I told you? Hans Kluge, the director of the World Health Organization in Europe, is saying that 53 countries in Europe have now registered an increase of 10% of infected people of COVID. Hans Kluge, the director of the World Health Organization in Europe, said that 53 countries in Europe have detected a 10% increase of COVID infected people, which he is also adding that is going to reinforce against the restrictions, against violating our rights, the restrictions of COVID again, to implement it in the whole European in the whole Europe. So again, people, they are going to try to do this fear tactic again to control us and to ultimately get their goal to keep us home. Meanwhile, they are reorganizing and they're doing the Agenda 2030. As Hans Kluge right now, the director of the World Health Organization, the national director in Europe, is saying that 53 countries have detected that they are increasing in 10% of infected with COVID. Again, it's going up in the months of between the months of September and November. This is so strategically done, man, by the World Health Organization. This is so strategically done. Now, this is a thing that you guys are going to be, extremely disgusted. This is a thing that is going. I have been explaining how the economy that it has not collapsed in the world has been the Chinese economy. I have been explaining that the only one that has a plus 3.2 GDP in their economy is China. Another one is Japan, but Japan is considered a capitalist country, but China is the number one country in the world with a plus 3.2 GDP. China, where the virus was created. China, where the virus was originated. And China, where this virus spread to the world. The country that probably, if the virus was created there, the country that it has by now, it will be the country that it has been more affected with the virus. But no, China has a plus 3.2 in the GDP, in the gross domestic product. Now, leave that alone. Guess what? Guess what, people? We're seeing that Anthony Fauci cannot pass the third phase of the vaccine. We saw that. This is one of the reasons why Anthony Fauci has turned around and has said now that the Trump administration is doing a great job now. Now Anthony Fauci is changing his mind. He's saying that the Trump administration is doing a great job, and he has been doing enormous testing. Also, Anthony Fauci added that you only need a mask to go and vote. So why are you keeping yourself at home with mail-in ballot? Go out and vote. All of a sudden, Anthony Fauci changed his mind because he cannot complete the third phase with Modern Industries, this company that is in a pharmaceutical company, also with Bill Gates. Now, AstraZeneca, also in the UK, cannot find the third phase of the vaccine due to the fact that they have not completed the third phase, due to the fact, again, to side effects in the third phase. Sputnik 5, the vaccine in Russia, has not said anything about their third phase testing. Have they maintained quiet? Russia has maintained absolutely quiet. But guess who? Guess who just completed their third phase? All their third phase exactly, and also corrected and approved their third phase testing on adults. Guess who, people? Guess who they just completed their third phase testing on adults? Guess what country? Just tell me which country. Which country do you guys believe? Which country? The country that just completed their third phase in testing with adults without no side effect, it is China. Oh my God, like my expression that I always say, these people, man, they cannot be so obvious, for God's sake. They cannot be so obvious, for God's sake. China just completed their third phase of testing on adults. So now they're going to be testing on kids and also on teenagers and kids. The pharmaceutical industry, Sinovac, is going to start approving the vaccine. They're going to start doing testing on kids and also on teenagers on the 28th of September, after they just completed the third phase of approval and being a positive vaccine with no side effects. Also, they make a statement saying there's no side effects on adults in this vaccine that we just approved. It is great for Chinese people. Oh my God. Hold on a minute. Oh my God, man. So let me get this. What are these people thinking, man? What is the World Health Organization thinking? That we are so dumb as a population that we don't know that where they created the virus, they also have the cure. They also have the cure. Thank you so much, Priscilla Fasolino. Thank you for your great reporting. It's not easy to keep up with everything going on. Keep up the great work. Thank you so much, Priscilla. Super Chat is on the bottom for people that want to donate and contribute to my work. Thank you so much. This is amazing, people. This is completely amazing. Why? I will tell you why. This is so amazing. Because Modern Industries with Anthony Fauci has not completed the third phase. Also, Oxford University with AstraZeneca, the United Kingdom, with the administration of Trump, the administration of the United States of America, the health organization of the administration of Donald Trump, gave $1.2 billion to Oxford University to do testing and to find a cure for the virus. They haven't completed the third phase. Also, scientists in Central America and South America, they have not completed the third phase. Sanofi Industries had not found a cure. Sputnik 5, the only vaccine, the first vaccine that it was created, that it was advancing real quick, that it was a Russian vaccine, has not completed the third phase. Now you're telling me that China has completed the third phase when they haven't even said anything? Holy smokes, people. Oh my God. So for everybody that does not know, the pharmaceutical industry, Chinese pharmaceutical industry, Sinovac, is going to start doing testing on kids and teenagers on the 28th of September. And by completing this phase with no side effects, they already completed the third phase on testing adults. And This third phase was successful. Now they're going to start doing testing on kids and also on teenagers. If they complete this third phase on testing on kids and teenagers, the #1 vaccine to be distributed around the world is going to be the Chinese vaccine, and also ultimately is going to ricochet to the Russian vaccine, that is Sputnik 5. Communist countries to the rescue with their own vaccine. My God, people. In another international news, Super Chat is on the bottom for people that want to donate and contribute to my work. In another international news, this is crazy what I'm about to tell you. 170 countries, they have allied with an industry that is called COVAX. This industry is under the wing of the World Health Organization, and it was created by Tedros Adhanom. Something like that. His name is really difficult to pronounce. He is the director of the World Health Organization worldwide. Not like the guy that I just mentioned by the name of Hans Krug, that he is the director of the World Health Organization, but in Europe. This guy is the one that directs worldwide. So Tedros Adhanom, look how intelligent this guy is. He creates an organization an industry by the name of COVAX. And he starts getting countries like the Globalist Compacts of Immigration, the Globalist Compacts of Education, the Globalist Compacts of the Environment, all these Globalist Compacts done by the United Nations. It is the same model of the United Nations, but now with another name, World Health Organization. So this guy gets 170 countries to be in the same boat of this industry created by the name of COVAX. What is this industry going to do? Is going to distribute the immunization of the vaccine to poor countries. And look how they name this industry: distributing global vaccines. Oh my God, these globalists, man. These elite. So this industry that it was created by the director of the World Health Organization, named Tedros Adhanom, his name is COVAX. They're going to use this industry to be distributing the globalist vaccine to poor countries, third world class countries. Example: El Salvador, Honduras, Guatemala. By that way, getting themselves in there, and also Russia helping, some countries in Central America and South America, and also countries that they're in Africa or, in certain parts of the Middle East. They are by that controlling the population with their industries. And by that, what France is doing and what Germany is doing with the president Emmanuel Macron, and also the prime minister of Germany, Angela Merkel, what they're doing is they're creating hospitals for future pandemics. This is exactly the same. They're creating organizations for future pandemics to distribute the vaccine, the globalist vaccine, to other countries. It is power, it is control, it is money. That's what it is. All these pharmaceutical companies by the name of AstraZeneca, all these pharmaceutical companies that they are Modern Industries, all of these pharmaceutical companies, they are going to not exist anymore. They're going to be coexisting. The World Health Organization is the one that is going to lead. Remember, this is the new world order. One religion, one currency, artificial intelligence, one law, one government, one medicine. It is exactly the same. It's going to exactly the same plan. Amazing what they're doing in front of our faces. This is why they want to keep us home. Keep the population home. So our Machiavellical and evil plan continues and continues and continues. Wow, people. It is crazy. In another international news that it was just given to me, this information by my manager, the international ports of Guatemala have just opened today. And for pedestrians that they're crossing from Guatemala to Mexico, they are only asking them for a blood test, for a blood test that proves that they're not positive with COVID. Now, this is a big perimeter for people to cross. Due to blood tests, they are not 100% accurate. So, entirely in 80 to 90% of people that they do a blood test, a COVID blood test, it always demonstrates that they are negative due to the fact that when you do a blood test, it takes a long time to analyze that you have a sequence of all the, particulars and all the infected symptoms of COVID. They are opening their ports, which means other things are going to happen, people. What are the other things that are going to happen? Remember, irregular migration, illegal migration, and people that they have been awaiting for the process of refugee and claiming asylum. They got more than 10,000 in Tapachula, Mexico, on the Mexican side, waiting to move up to the north, and speculated more than 15,000 to 20,000 in Guatemala. Around the whole triangle of Central America, you have 50,000 and plus people waiting for the ports to reopen so they can keep on moving to the American dream, to claim the asylum and refugee asylum. Opening the ports of Guatemala, it implies and it implicates big things. It is a huge responsibility for the Mexican government now to see if they're going to do the checking of the testing in Guatemala and also in Mexico. The obligation of the National Guard of Mexico is to stop the irregular migration and the mass irregular migration into the country of Mexico. That is an absolute order, and it's and if they don't do that, they will get tariffed by the United States government with 5%. Remember that is one of the agreements. If you don't control the irregular migration, I will tariff you 5% on the automobile industry and avocados and beer. So Mexico doesn't want that. And now, more than ever, with the COVID situation, they don't want that, because Mexico, it is going to be a catastrophe, an economical collapse on 2021. And it's speculated 2021 on a minus 12 on the GDP. That is going to be horrible. Mexico has an international debt of 12.24 billion pesos in with the international banks. The debt was delivered to AMLO in 2018 on 10 billion. He has increased it to 12 billion due to the COVID situation. So by this, not controlling, bringing another problem right now. And if they don't control it, and if the United States takes the decision of saying, I told you, you need to control it, I'm going to tariff you, is going to be another catastrophe. Another catastrophe, economical catastrophe for our country of Mexico. So Guatemala, by opening their ports, my God, people, is bringing another problem to the problem that we already got. That is, Mexico doesn't have enough hospitals. Mexico is number one for cartel activity, number two for child trafficking. And you're opening your ports for people to come and migrate. How in the hell are you doing that? Mexico has 5 cities on the top 5 for violence and delinquents of the world, 19 now on the top 50. This means a huge responsibility for the country of Mexico. We don't have enough hospitals. We don't have enough doctors. We don't have enough medicines for children with cancer. And it's developing. Mexico is increasing and becoming one of the most dangerous countries to live with, due to the fact of situations with COVID. Now, by bringing the mass migration and all these people, if they are tested, only blood tested, it does not give me the security, and is not giving the Mexican people the security that these people are not actually negative in terms of COVID. I know they're necessities, but there has to be priorities, and the Mexican country has a big priority. We have 60 million in poverty, and all these people also are in poverty. But for God's sake, where is the World Health Organization, doing the testing in the borders of Guatemala? Where are you? You don't want to do them because you're provoking this problem. And also, where is the United Nations helping these people migrating through these difficult situations? You're not here because it's part of your plan to destabilize the borders and to destabilize the economies. This is the situation. All of this is strategically made to create chaos and to also to fear tactic the population. It is amazing. So we have to keep in touch, and we have to keep in touch with our colleague and friend Carlos from Tapachula. We have to call him and say, hey, you know what's going on over there? Is everything all right? Is everything, as they are saying? Other than that, this is really important for us to keep in touch and to keep seeing if the ports of Guatemala is open. God bless everybody that is watching. Super chat is on the bottom for people that want to donate and contribute to my work. Thank you so much. God bless every single one of you. Thank you so much. Follow my partner, Conservative Anthony, at his pages, Facebook, and also at YouTube. He is going to be live today in Washington, D.C., bringing you guys the protests that they are trying to do on this day in Washington, D.C. Also, you can follow me at my page at Facebook, and also you can become a member right here at YouTube to receive exclusive content. And also, you follow and subscribe my YouTube channel. God bless you all. Have a beautiful day. And like we always say, peace and love, everybody, because always your country's first.